Fala galera, beleza? Como vocês estão? Vocês estão bem? Vamos ficar tranquilos mais à noite, mais lá pra noite nesse sabadão, lá pra de noite, mais à noite, eu entro no Warzone pra meter bala. Agora tô jogando um jogo mais tranquilo, League of Legends, e daqui a pouco aquela cervejinha gelada que a minha esposa querida está fazendo, tá botando pra gelar, mas está preparando uma linguiça de uma certa marca, que eu não posso falar online, mas de uma certa marca que isso. Linguiça tem que ser... É doideira, muito doido. E olha que legal, gente, no League of Legends tá rolando... tá rolando campeonato, se eu não me engano, é isso mesmo. IP and Circumstance, vamos ver ao vivo e a cores. Vamos dar uma olhadinha nessa galera, nessa doideira. Bora lá, galera.
I loved Evil Genius's composition when they went up against the took down 9. I think they understood what makes them them. Like great 1-3-1 composition. Yep. They're back on Jizuke type champions, and based off the interview with that you saw from Impact, you know, talking about just focusing on tempo, just like discipline. And I think that's something that they're sorely needing. So I favor them on this one. I think that they're doing a great job.
Para você ver como um jogo, um torneio de jogo é milionário. Olha o nível das coisas. Jornalistas, pessoas importantes na área do gamer. Azael e Friak.
Is there like a moral angle here where you have to, like kill 100 and like little lose basically? No, because there can only be one. So I don't care. Like that's fine. If anything, people will believe you have no moral ambiguity there. They're not me, right? and if their goal is to fight me and try to maim or kill me, I'm within my rights to kill whatever is needed.
Fala sério, velho. Beleza, galera. Hoje é EG contra CLG. Eles estão banindo agora, vamos ver. A galera aí que vai jogar aí, ó. Quem será o campeão vencedor? Coloque aí no chat agora, quem será o campeão vencedor? Olha como é que o garotinho bebe água, gente. Isso é jeito de beber água? Vocês viram isso? Como é que o cara bebe água? Ah, eu vou lá falar com a minha esposa. Vou lá falar, Jennifer.
Senna going to be taken away, so Varus is up, Estrelas is up. Those are two of the really big picks still available. Pretty much every jungler in the match is available as well. Lee Sin would make sense here. I think it's good for Sinskare, and I think Impact can play it. Jizuke is a madman, he'll play anything. So,
minha esposa disse que isso é tática, galera. O jeitinho dele beber.
I think it's
Alright, Lee Sin has been grabbed. We'll see if it's the bazooka himself or someone else grabbing that.
Olha quem que eles baniram aí. O negócio que eu tô na frente, mas eu saio da frente. Pronto. Olha aí. Doideira, hein? Ó, a galera tá falando que CLG vai ser a equipe vencedora.
All engaged champs so far in CLG. We're running it back.
Yep. Looking to be going in. I love the look from them yesterday. Actually, both these teams had fantastic games yesterday.
A EG tem um patrocínio da Monster, viu?
EG, slapping up C9, if I'm recalling correctly. Both these teams really had aggressive games, really had strong performances. Smoothie in particular, I thought was incredible for CLG on the recon. He was starting like everything out Yes, I think Brock had a great game.
Vamos rolar lá na Twitch. Vamos rolar na Twitch. Pera aí, vou abrir lá na Twitch. Calma aí que eu vou abrir lá na Twitch o campeonato de League of Legends. Vamos lá. Vou abrir lá na Twitch. Lá na Twitch, galera. Aguenta aí que eu vou abrir lá na Twitch. Vamos lá. E... deixa eu preparar o som aqui. Beleza, galera. E agora, quem vocês votam? CLG ou EG de League of Legends? Anota aí. Pau vai comer.
I'll be interested to see where they want to target because CLG was so effective with the hardcore dive yesterday. Baiting out Ezreal makes a lot of sense here. You know, deny what is kind of the safest marksman. A lot of people, when you think of like self-build marksman, you think of Triss, you think of Ezreal. Triss is taken away. Ezreal is banned out. Yeah. There are other champions you can go to that are like relatively safe.
I'm partial to Xayah a lot.
Yeah, the ulti I think is great, especially when it's multiple melee champions diving in. You ult, you have the feathers to pull through. Root after that, I think that would be a great choice, but they may be concerned about other picks instead.
All right, Connor Doyle, Artemis, the man on your screen. What do you think is coming through the end of this one? Renekton banned away, waiting for CLG's final ban, drop one more off. Of course, we know Akali is flexible. We saw Impact play it very well last week. So Lee and Akali can keep moving around based on the matchup they need. CLG have their jungler. They have a bot mid flex. They have a support mid flex. And yeah, it does look like Miss Ban's here. Time running low. I don't know if people are... I don't know if it's maybe frozen up. People are looking around confused. Yeah. We might have had a champ select bug, so we'll see. Not getting the rest of the CLG ban side. So maybe we have something going on. Wait to hear.
Yeah. You can see the rest talking right there. Yeah. He's probably talking back to production or to the League Ops people, trying to figure out exactly what did happen there. If it will be continuing forward or not. Either way, probably going to be reset now that the champion select did drop away. I assume that we will be getting back a run back, but not always the case, so we will let you know as soon as we find out any additional information. But I like the idea from CLG. You know, they had what was probably their best game of the split yesterday, you know, taking down, actually crushing 100 Thieves, who most people are pointing to as the best team in the league currently. Sure. You know, they're your pick for champions, so I think it makes sense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, especially when you're a team that is struggling. I am always really a big supporter of simple styles, of playing something that has simple win conditions. You know, in the past, I talked about this a lot. Multiple forms of engage, front-to-back team fighting, you know, strong lanes, just like simple basics. Play League of Legends, look to fight at dragons, and try to win the game, right? When you are a team that is near the bottom of the table, generally you don't play the map as well. You don't make complex decisions as well. And you need to kind of simplify things at times. And I do think that hard engage is such a clear way to play, right? You have Vi, you had Rakan, you have Galio. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to dive on the carry, you're going to all press your R button, and you're going to fight, right?
And it's going to be great.
And these players are more than proficient to be able to do those sort of styles. And a lot of times, these teams, even towards the bottom of the table, can actually have, like, you know, very good mechanics, can have team fights that are pretty good, but it's the setups that they struggle with. It's finding the right situations, when and where to engage, you know, how to group, you know, when to group, these types of situations that they really do struggle with. And a comp like this just simplifies that.
It does, and we'll see if they can have the sort of same level of performance they had yesterday against 100 Thieves. EG should be a team that's beatable, but at the same time, at EG's highs, they look among the very best teams in the league.
Yeah.
Like, if you take half the EG footage, you're like, this is a championship caliber team. You take the other half of the footage on EG, you're like,
aí, galera?
this is the worst team in the league. And obviously they sit here somewhere
Fala
in the
pra
middle,
mim, quem será o campeão?
Which makes sense, because you take the best half of the worst half, and you're ended up...
Será que é o cara careca aí?
It's just like, which side are we going to get for EG every time? I mean, CLG has shown us some of the worst play in the league, and some of the very best.
Essa aí agora é o período técnico, galera. Período técnico.
The entire time, or 2 turrets, like it was like, you know,
é o período técnico agora.
And so it's like, it's another situation where it's like, look, these teams have such highs and such lows, and I would just love to see them get on that half of it.
Yeah,
And at least for EG, I think their highs are much more consistent for CLG, and as a result, they're much higher up in the standings.
13 versus like 7, yeah.
Yep. So the information I have been given is that some players were disconnecting on the stage. They are going to be remaking a champ select. Hopefully we'll be able to get into that pretty quickly. Players going to be trying to reconnect. We'll see if we can get that moving along. One thing I will say is that EG loves to fight, and CLG going for a hard engaged comp doesn't exactly run against what EG wants to do. You know, they're down to scrap.
Yeah, of course.
Oftentimes it's just okay down to scrap a little bit too much. The team sometimes really going a bit crazy. But if you just draft similar kind of win cons on the side of EG, they have generally been the more consistent team as far as the 5v5s. If that is what you're looking for, I do think you can kind of just draft comps that really are okay with scrapping, comps that are pretty safe in that game. You go towards something like the Zaya, I do think that you are safe, relatively safe, as the marksman to that dive, and then they already have things like Sin, you can go towards things like Viego, and these champions that want you to come towards them anyway. They have Zin, which is really good into that, so I think that they're drafting a pretty strong composition. The big question is going to be, like, is there that single point of failure? Are they drafting a marksman or a carry that is really going to be an easy target for CLG? Because if you don't give them that easy target, sometimes these kind of more one-dimensional comps can fall apart.
Yes, they can. So, curious to see if they're going to be defensible here. Like a more
Beleza, galera.
really well in this kind of lineup. For example, we had seen Lulu hovered earlier as well. I think Enchanters can really fit against engaging as long as the Enchanter's not the one getting hit. We are getting ourselves back into Champion Select.
Quieto, faixa, epa.
I'm not certain, but I believe they can run back the exact same draft, and in fact, will be doing so. I've been confirmed that it's happening, so same bands, same order.
Great.
We will wait until bands, I guess, 9 and 10 will tell us what the unique part of this game is. And then we'll start the play.
O cara tá com sono, rapaz, jogando com sono.
Exactly, so just waiting.
Já era, tá com sono, perdeu.
Picks, as you say, it was the last ban for each team where there was that issue. And thankfully,
O cara tá com sono. Como é que você vai participar de um jogo valendo tantos milhões de dólares? Pô, brincadeira. Pô, boa. Dois tempinhos, vem cá. Ah, não ouvi. Pega a faca na geladeira.
Going to get great value when you look for each
Pega
chance, just exhaust any
farinha.
of them pretty much, and it's going to be quite effective. So we are back to this point, and it is going to be a Varus. So they are worried, that tells me, about like a Varus TK, that sort of style. And they did actually slap that down against 100 Thieves. That was exactly what FBI was.
Eu tô tentando olhar sua boca pra você falar comigo. Eu queria te mostrar a qualidade. Tá vendo? Vendo, galera? É pra mim ou pra você? Ah, é? Nossa. Depois eu quero comer o seu prato. O que aconteceu, gente?
This is what made me a fan of this guy originally when he was in Europe. He was one of the only pros that was really playing.
O cara pegou
So he is very proficient on this. It's gonna go to him. I'll be shocked if it goes to Football. There should be that Kled. This is that extra form of engage. He's also a very strong laner, great into Lee Sin, by the way. You know, when you do get that second part of your hook, the bear trap on a rope, you pull him in, it applies the healing debuff. It makes it actually very difficult
E agora, galera?
in a lot of cases to take those extended bites. You do have to be careful about getting poked off your mount by the E, because then you will get executed like before you can remount. But Kled is such a great snowball champion. Additional way in for the team. It is the Rakan. So the Kled ult is going to come out. That is going to give all the additional move speed to Rakan, which makes the entrance even easier. Vi piling on top. Galio piling on top. This is even more go in than the comp from yesterday. But the Zaya pick that we had talked about, you called that out as a great defensive option. I am totally on board. I think that is one that maybe was overlooked a little bit by CLG. It is probably one of, if not the best champs into this style of team, right? When that engage comes in, you time the ultimate right, the feathers come out, you are kiting back, Rel is there with the counter engage, because guess what happens when 4 champions that are all melee look to engage? They stack up. You get CC'd up by the Rel, the feathers get pulled through after, and that is the angle that EG is looking
Bora
for.
assistir.
Of course, if you fail that timing, if you use the ulti too early or too late, you're going to get locked up, you're going to get burst down, and the composition can definitely fall apart at that point. So, CLG, clear win conditions. We'll see if they can execute 2 days in a row.
I want to see if they can make that one happen. It'd be cool to see the rise late in the year. And to add more context to the Xayah conversation, because, you know, champ I play a lot, and, you know, I like the lane a lot. Compared to someone like Ezreal, like, you can arcane shift back when Vi comes at you, but Vi still landed the ultimate. Like, you're still going to be stunned, and then Gallows come over the top. Like, you just build space, but that thing still lands. Xayah actually just immunes the Vi ult, and you just run away, and nothing gets you at all. And so, in some ways, she is obviously on a 2.5-minute cooldown in some cases.
É agora, hein, galera.
Safest of the AD carries. The fights are far apart. You're no longer the target, and against quad melee, roughly, like, you're gonna get a lot done there, so those can look very good.
It absolutely can. And where it can sometimes fall apart is obviously you get that one shot at the ultimate, so if it's not timed perfectly, then you don't really have any additional recourse. Whereas late game Ezreal, you know, you hit 1Q, you're shifted again, right? You're out of there. So we'll see if CLG can find the multiple angles, because I do think if you just run straight at this,
Começou, hein, galera? Vamos lá.
to get that high value blade color, you know, ult up, pull the feathers through, root up multiple members. But if you have the
pegar
kind
minha
of exchange
cerveja.
where Kled is coming from one side, from behind you, and Vi is coming from the front with the galley over top, or Khan is following up on that, there becomes so many forms of CC that it's very difficult to actually deal with. And that's what 100 Thieves struggled with, right? They had Varus, and Varus OP. You got Tom Kench, you're safe from engage, but guess what? They were re-engaging like 4 times. The Vi would ult, Tom Kench would eat him, but then over top comes Rakan, over top comes Galio, and there just wasn't enough safety there. So, you know, CLG is just really trying to slam it home here by over-indexing in the gauge.
Yes. One thing I want to point out mechanically as well as we get into the game is Ignar's Rel, I think, is actually...
Olha a tática dos caras, ó.
Mine Rel Q is a shield breaker. Kled, Vi, and Rakan all have generic shields that are popped by Rel Q. So if Ignar holds that one for good time...
Detalhe, tá, galera? O zoom que vocês estão vendo aí é zoom para poder assistir o campeonato, tá? Porque no jogo não tem esse zoom todo, não.
Also know that this is one of the supports that builds very easily into locking, right? Which I think is so high value when you have these kind of melee versus melee style teams, right? There's 4 melee champions essentially on both sides. Rakan is basically melee. Yes. And that is that situation where you just get insane lock-out value almost every time. If you get the lockout on all 5, everyone is scrapping. You're going to get that. And these are the trades that you're going to see looking for. You hit the bear trap on the rope. You need to get the second part. If you only hit Q1, you don't actually get the activation where you pull back. You get very little of the damage. You'll also see a lot of Kled players play really aggressively as they're approaching, because they want to fight before there is the chance of actually getting burst down. You want to fight at the early levels, get a remount, trade heavily, and you can see he's willing to do that. So likely what he'll do is, you can watch his skill points, he actually won't skill up anything, and then when he gets the scrap with Lee Sin, he'll immediately skill up his W, which essentially gives you a
pau quebrando.
And he's looking for the instant remount.
Auto. Last block?
Yep, got it.
Okay, there we go.
Olha!
Not gonna be easy. Impact read.
Ih, vai morrer, vamos morrer.
He flashed over the Q.
Nossa!
He predicted him to flash. He did it.
Tá.
He throws away the first blood.
Olha o cara chegando aí, ó.
That is such a snowball champion. He played it all perfectly and then missed the Q there. Holding on to the W, getting the remount. When Impact took that, I thought that was
Eles usam teleporte, olha o outro chegando.
Because those are the situations that
Ah, dá pra ver, pouco fora.
Oh no, he's gonna be slowed. Svenskeren can land the W. Does not. Okay, gets just enough distance that the Sinjao gank doesn't come through.
But the wave is doomed. You're actually so
tá dando mole.
Dismounted, you back up. You know that Svenskeren could still be here, and your game is now not fun forever as the Kled, because you died solo, jungler came top right after the TP, the wave is frozen, and we gotta watch this one more time. When you take that in, he lands the Q, I think this is for sure over.
Nossa, esse é o replay, galera.
The flash forward, I'm not sure if he was looking to anticipate the flash from Impact, or he was trying to flash point blank and get that Q where you do it from exactly melee range, and even if he flashes, you still probably hit. Either way, Finn going for the big play there does miscalculate, unfortunately for him. Gives over first blood. Impact gets a great buy. He gets nothing. The wave is frozen on him, so you got no farm. You're gonna be down in CS, and this is a champion that has to play aggressive, right? You got to be fighting and scrapping and looking for remounts, and when you're behind, you just die before you remount. That's the biggest problem.
All right, gets the yoink back, gets all 4 attacks, doesn't feel too bad. Impact does not want to jump back into a stacked minion wave. He would lose the trade. Q's just not going to be enough damage for a rank 1. So it will allow the wave to push in.
Look
of course,
at the farm.
yeah, Sinjo has to go and get his stuff. Yes, obviously the farm looks really horrible. Nice root comes through. Damage on a wild turtle. Smoothie not going to find any Q healing just yet. Nice sidestep there by Ignar. And they continue fighting the bottom side. Knockup going to be found here. The taunt as well. Pretty good damage. Q and an auto and Jizuka. Gonna have to walk away from POB.
Yep, sent running there. See how much this farm in fact can get. He's got about a full wave to
That turret shot.
turret shot. He takes Q.
Nossa, matou,
And he almost kills
matou.
him. It's close. The Q backwards.
Ah, nossa.
Vindication. Jizuka.
He can win this!
Ah, já era, acabou.
That's not too deadly.
you.
Here comes Galio. Does he have the taunt?
Já era,
Does he
já
have the
era.
taunt? He's gonna follow. He's gonna have the backwards E. The clap down.
Caraca, velho.
Knocks it down. CLG are back.
It is madness in the top lane, freak, and that is where
Tomou
Kled
sacode
will
agora, hein,
thrive.
brother.
He gets the remount this time. Impact thinking he would be able to burst him down, and honestly, I thought he was going to be able to too when he hit that Q, but the Kled gets
Mano,
the remount.
tomou sacode
Pobelter's
sinistro
TV's
agora.
back in, and he's able to arrive as well. So let's watch this one more time. When the turret does actually land that shot, you think he's going in for sure, but the Q back there, it just didn't quite have enough damage. You know, the execute damage wasn't there. Finn kites back towards his minions. The minion damage helped a lot. He gets the autos in, lands the Q. Jizuke then flashing out after the shuriken flip, trying to create as much distance as possible, but just a clean combo there from Pobelter. TP's in, gets a solo kill, flashes out. It's a mid lane solo kill, but it's in top lane.
Yeah, it's nice. So alright, we gotta take stock of what's happening top lane, because, yeah, keep in
Fun is
mind,
happening.
those champions are both 1-1-0, and it's still a 16 CS lead for Impact. In my mind, it feels like Finn's winning. He's objectively not.
Yeah.
So let's keep that one in check, but it's exciting regardless.
And he's got more to farm, so it's not as
bicho,
stupid
aí é
as it was. It was
doideira,
nearly
velho.
30 CS to like 12, right? So
Pau
it was a
quebrando,
lot
brother.
worse. He got a kill back, and now you have some hope, right? Of course, you have to be very careful, especially post 6. It's much easier to execute a Kled before he gets the remount there, especially if you get poked down. So we'll see how this does play out. Impact may start to play this a little bit more defensive. Finn is level 6 as well, but of course your ultimate is more about the utility and less about the combat. You do get the miniature
Rapaz,
shield,
eu vou te
when you
falar
ult in, you can try to use that
que a galera tá
for
votando
certain
no
animations and
CLG.
things like that, but generally speaking, you get a lot more out of
Foram
the
mais de
combat
70 votos
ability of your
falando que o
ultimate assist.
CLG vai ganhar a
Alright,
partida.
well, both junglers have been quietly farming. Both bot lane has been quietly farming. They've been chilling, just playing League of Legends for the most part. And all the solo lane is getting all the fun in this game, but equal farm for the Sinjao and the Vi.
One thing I will say is if you...
Nossa, que doideira,
I mean, if
velho.
you call up your jungler now, like, if Impact is pushing, it is a really easy lane gank for a jungler when you're playing with the Kled, right? You know, Vi doesn't need to do any clever pathing. You literally just walk down the lane, Kled ults towards the Lee Sin in the long lane. When he's pushed, you get the insane move speed from following along that ulti, and it's generally a pretty easy kill when Vi has her ult herself. So, Impact gonna have to be really careful about the overpush. But of course, you are worried about Xin being there.
Olha
right?
os
It's too hard
itens
to
que eles
use
estão
that,
fazendo,
and
brother.
Scared is there. Maybe the Kled gets burst down before Broxah can really get involved.
Alrighty, Finn gets to kill a control ward. I would say one of the most satisfying things of playing top lane is putting some lane, just killing the control ward, being like, I got an extra minion worth of farm. You spent 75 on that. Like, this is 4 CS right now, I just got from you, buddy. And you're like, my jungler, could you come back top lane?
Já estão
You don't know
fazendo.
anymore.
Estão fazendo o bicho
It's
doido
really
lá, que eu
satisfying
esqueci o
when the
nome.
jungler comes, but they never do
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
I killed his ward. Nah, I got
There's no
Herald
vision.
fight.
It's
I
fully
need
clear.
Herald.
He's got no flash.
Bot scuttles up.
Wolves are
Alright.
up.
Nossa, mano.
See you at Dragon.
Pau vai
Snow
comer
TP,
agora.
good question mark you.
Facts. All right. Well, time to go. Kled
Nossa.
finds a knockup. Sven's scared is left alone. He flashed, but Kled finds the follow.
Quebrou o
Belter
cara,
gets
brother.
his second kill of the game, and CLG make it look easy.
Glad.
Pegaram,
I love
pegaram.
watching this champion play. So much fun. They find the
Agora vamos
engage
puxar,
there.
vamos puxar.
EG shows up to scrap, but they weren't all together. So CLG is just going to hit the go button immediately. And you have got to be so careful as the EG side because there's so many engage tools. And CLG is really playing
Olha, não é por nada não,
with
mas
this kind of killer instinct.
parece
They
que o
are ready
CLG
to
tá
go
muito
immediately.
forte,
So
cara.
if you are not ready to go, if you are not organized in a straight up 5-man squad, then it is so dangerous.
Isso não quer dizer nada,
CLG
porque já tive
showing
partida
how
já
dangerous it
que a
can be.
gente
They
virou
get
o
the
jogo,
kill,
né?
They get the Herald, And now, at this point, you know, top lane is going to be pretty much even. Off of that assist, you're only down a few farm. Finn should be pretty much dead even in gold up on that top side. You have 2 kills for Pobelter. You know, bot lane is actually ahead as well, and you've still got the Herald here to be dropped. So if Broxah could get a kill into a Herald and grab a tower, this game is starting to get really, really dangerous for AG. You know, it is a 1,000 gold lead now, but if they can extend that to around 2K with a kill and a tower, that would be huge for CLG.
Ignar sees the Galio.
Vai começar a levar bot.
If he's in the brush, I'm dead, so never know if there are cons there either. But it's going
Bot
to be gold
mid
handed to
também.
Wild Turtle. He got the first plate by himself. He will guaranteed share in the next couple, so that's 320 gold.
Olha lá,
for
summonou
Wild
no
Turtle.
bot,
It's
vai
gonna
puxar
walk
bot,
up, but
bot
obviously he
caiu.
can, but he had touched it recently, so you know the range was going to be important there. Bot lane
Quase,
turret, though,
né?
dangerously low. That's an important thing to look at. CLG already got the first dragon. They're looking good. Unlucky, you missed the cannon. Whatever. Moving on.
Put it up. Yep. Put vote.
Yeah.
Get me out.
Someone DC so I can vote at 12 instead of 15, alright? I just need
A
that.
galera tá
I need to get
jogando
outs
muito,
faster.
cara.
I don't care that my top laner is doing well now and that my mid laner has 2 kills. I missed cannon. This game can't be played.
Exactly.
O que a galera tá falando aí?
You could do at this point. So, no comeback mechanics available after that one for Turtle. We'll see if the rest of his team can make up for his dire
Drag
errors
his
on the bot
lifeless
side.
corpse
Muito
over the
doido
finish
isso.
line. Gone are the days of your
Você
quadra
vê
kills in
uma
finals who like
coisa.
to make playoffs and play like that.
Your
Já
only
rolou
job
10
as an
minutos.
ADC is to get mechanics.
Yeah. I mean,
Good job.
that's why you need a relic shield support. Blame Smoothie. He wasn't there.
Where were you?
Where was
How
Smoothie?
could you roam
He-
like that?
He got a ward kill. I don't care about wards. Last hit my cannon, Smoothie.
Betrayed.
Do your job.
Olha lá, vamos pegar o dragão
CLG
agora.
down on the bottom side, using this bot lane prio. They
Continuar
have
assim, bicho.
mid lanes winning as well. We have seen the beneficial
O mid
trades
tá
released
bem.
many times for Pobelter. I really think that
Top
Akali
tá
and
bem.
Galio is just
Agora,
a terrible matchup. You've got to outplay
Bot,
so
cara, o
hard,
bot tá muito
because
fraco.
of the AoE CC that Galio does bring. So, as a result, Pobelter has played it well, has gotten kills across the map, and has just an easier job to execute on. in
Bot
the
tá
team
muito
fights.
fraco, véi.
CLG also got 2 very early dragons, right? We're 11:40 in there at 2 drags.
Yeah.
It's not like the last game where we saw where the first dragon was like 14 minutes. So, you know, they are on pace for an
Já
exceptionally
pegaram
fast
2 dragões
roll,
já.
and they have so many tools to engage. So as long as they keep ahead of the curve here, they set up vision around these dragons, they are going to show up every single time and make EG come to contest. And when they do, they're going to engage.
And it's going to look good because CLG have gold in the right places. They'll be the first to mythic down in bot lane. Almost certainly, if Turtle can find the right recall timing, get the second most gold in the game. Pobelter has the most gold in the game, so love to see the Galio power spike there as well. Looks like it's towards the Proto. The Rocket
Rapaz,
build,
muito doido
which is
isso.
by far the most common, but we've seen other options. You can still play tank Galio, for example.
Ó o garotinho, o garotinho. Esse garotinho aí, ó.
Yeah, knocks down the wave.
Ele
Has
bebe
enough
água
AP, by
assim,
the
ó.
way, with the major components plus the 2 starting items. Actually can one-shot cast minions at level 9, so at least for
Impact.
now he's going to have that extra bit of
Sim.
wave control. Shizuka just, yeah, less than turret. Now less hitting well,
Broxa.
right? He's within 1 CS in a
Seven
difficult
carry.
play matchup, but it's always Pobelter who's able to move first.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just kind of like, what are you going to be able to get done in the team fight, right? There's so much CC between Smoothie with the ulti charming you up when you're in the shroud, getting taunted out of the shroud. And when you get taunted in the shroud, your character then goes to attack and you reveal and you just die, right? So it's so difficult. You've got to use stasis incredibly well. You've got to use the shuriken flip or something to actually dodge out of the taunt. And if you can do it,
Danny.
you can definitely make it work, but it is a very, very difficult job to actually get into the backline because you've got exactly 1 target as the Akali here. You can go for Wild Turtle, and that's pretty much the only thing you want to be looking for in a 5v5. And there's just so much CC and so much scrapping power between you and him.
Turtle, maybe he shared 2 plates with the Rift Herald from Broxah. Every other shred of gold from that
Deixa eu ver
turret
uma olhada aqui,
all went onto Wild Turtle. They have been winning bot lane by so much down here in a lane that we know has been uninteractive because the jungle's been busy looking at top lane. Mid lane has been looking at top lane. And they just straight up smashed the 2-on-2 by over 1,300 gold.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1,500 plus ahead, I think, at this point. Already has the Kraken Slayer completed. Pretty ridiculous lead here. Double Gore Drinkers coming through, though, for AG, so they're getting their completions. The Kraken Slayer coming through for Danny as well, so of course he is behind the tier 2 boots, his longswords. Broxah moving up towards this top side, though. The Herald will be up again here relatively soon, but still got some time, and I think he's looking to find a play As you have Smoothie up here also, see if you can get into jungle, find anyone in rotation, maybe find the jungler to actually look for.
Nice surprise look to make sure you know what EG are up to, and you're like, yep, we see all your champions, your wards are gone, no big deal. We've pulled turtle topside. Okay, the plates are gone, so I can't farm those, but it means the turret's a lot squishier, so maybe we make that one happen instead. Looks like, yeah, shot's gonna come out. Second Rip Herald spawns pretty much as early as it could have, and well, it won't be the most deadly Herald because it will be a fairly early one, but CLG likely have all the control to claim that one as well and keep the pressure on.
Yeah, man, just like them invading for these buffs, right? You know, just take away areas of the map from EG. You're farming away that blue buff, you're getting that onto Pobelter. Now you're going over towards the Herald. EG is really having to respect the fact that they are both behind, and there are so many engage tools on CLG, so you've got to be really, really careful on the EG side about where you actually move. You know, anywhere you go on the map, you've pretty much got to be willing to scrap, or you can't go there. And that is a really tough spot for EG to be playing from right now.
Watching Roxa just do some light PvE mechanics. Basically, if you run around clockwise or Q through, you dodge the big AoE swipe. And yeah, not a problem. Solos it, thanks to Steve having the rest of the control. Finn playing pretty aggressively into Impact, but now Impact fighting back. Knew for a while CLG was all topside, but really gets some good damage here. Not even yoinked back and leaves Finn at there's one bit of health, which means now the fight starts again. You can get both halves of Q, you can get the kick, and you know you do the rest of the health bar.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that Impact played that really well. When Finn missed his first Q there, then you just go for it. There's no way that Finn is actually going to be able to fight this out with all of the self-heal that Lee Sin has if you don't actually land that Q, and it's so much of your damage plus the mitigation of the healing there. So just kind of piling in, and then as soon as the second Q does land, not allowing Finn to actually tether that as he dismounts to try to look for a remount, just jumps back, knows he has the pressure, will take that little bit of a push he gets, and use that to try to control around this dragon side. Yep. This is going to be the play here. Remember, CLG have gotten the first two very, very early. It is Finn up towards that top side, but he does have TP. There's not any great ward support, though. As the observers are highlighting, there are these ones in the river, but there's no sort of like deep TP flank you could look for. Smoothie is sneaking around, though. They're going to go over this fight here. Will Finn TP?
If you're going, go now. TP already in for all of EG. CLG saying screw it.
No, they're going to
give the dragon, take top lane outer. No, they TP in late. They don't finish top lane outer. They'll be there almost in time. Engage comes in for Ignar. Huge damage comes in. Vi has been deleted. How about what's next? Ignar's low, but he lives. Second kill comes in for Danny. Pushing into the back line. Finn gets executed now as well. Evil Geniuses slap this fight easily. 3-4-0.
Smoothie was nowhere to be found there. The TP came in way late from Finn, but then the bigger problem was honestly Smoothie was on a roundabout. He was going for a deep flank, and EG, I'm not sure if they saw him or just kind of anticipated that he would be over on that bottom side, but when we get the replay, we can watch where he was going. Like, the fight was over before he
Ou seja, não subestime.
And when you're missing the recon, the additional components of CC, it's so important to be able to overlap there. So we can watch this. Look at Smoothie right here on your minimap. Yeah, he was actually pinged on. So they saw him, and look at when he arrives, right? The fight is over. Multiple people are already dead, and actually a fail flash into the wall there to add insult to injury. So just really poor execution on this one from Smoothie. EG may have seen him with this pink ward that's actually still there. You know, this ward may have actually spotted him out as he walked down below that. But unfortunately for CLG, they got punished big time for that. And when you're playing these compositions that are like hardcore 5v5, you've got to be together. Your engages have got to be on point. This time it's just straight up blood.
Smoothie can't even get revenge on the ward. He fought it. Ignar puts a new one down. Not even the gold earned. So cannot catch a break, sadly, on the CLG support side. Gold is still in CLG's favor, but you gotta feel EG averted a crisis with the fact that they got 3 unanswered kills, or at least 2 of them, 2-1, or 3-1 I should say, and then now they can start pushing into the top side. They got that dragon as well, so no easy Infernal Soul, no early Infernal Soul, and they can now push in top lane outer for some decent damage.
Yeah, that's the critical thing for me, is that they actually stopped the snowball of the dragons here. CLG had that 3rd dragon already. You have such easy go buttons, and when you're playing from ahead, it's very difficult to deal with that damage of the Infernal Soul. CLG, though, will do a good job, continue to push this gold lead here forward, knocking down the last of the outer turrets, and about 2,000 ahead, not bad at all.
Sure. Yeah, they are the ones in the lead. Finn is down CS top side, but that's not going to be a huge problem. Lee Sin, not the biggest glutton for gold, and neither really is Kled. Obviously, they scale, but it's not the same as looking at a bot lane CS difference, where, hey, it's kind of more important if Tristan is ahead of Xayah than if Lee Sin is ahead of Kled. So, yeah, even the allocation of resources, you got to favor CLG some. 8,800 gold, still plus 1,500 on Turtle side. That's after Danny got a kill in that team fight. So, yes, still doing excellent on this persona. Top lane fight continues now as, once again, Impact puts Finn low. The ulti is shorted, and Impact can walk away from it. Nice sidestep of the bear trap. Cooldown's missing for Finn. Now, probably not putting Baron too soon, and it will be back up for Dragon.
Yeah, I think what Finn was trying to do was actually preempt the safeguard back. So he hit the Q, and he's trying to ult in to actually keep the tether, knowing that Impact will jump back, because that is the trade pattern that Impact has been going for every single time. He's been going forward, the tether comes out, he jumps back, then he re-engages, but in goes CLG!
Is in, hard engage over the top, pretty decent damage, but Ignar stays alive, and Svenskeren wants right back in, finds a stun, gets Broxa for some damage. Ignar dropped low, but Pelter cannot kill him. Finn forced to dismount now, still in the fight against the Akali, flashes the R2!
Nossa, arregaçou, velho.
Finn could not have played that one better, and it delivers the kill. However, look for Danny.
Vai.
Got damage in. Jizuka's staying alive. He gets one, looking for two, can't find the shots, but what a close battle, I believe, 2-2 overall.
Damn, that was crazy. Finn with the sidestep, plus the magic damage shield, the passive from the Galio coming through, keeping the Kled alive. But it is Danny who gets up on top of Turtle, and Turtle just gets absolutely roasted. So here it is one more time, the initial engage. TP's coming through here, Broxa kiting back. You can see that Pobelter is getting pushed back by Danny, getting all that damage out. Danny positioning very, very well here. And then on this top side, watch Finn, flashes the R2, then the magic damage shield keeps him alive, sidesteps the Q, Turtle jumps in here for impact, but gets kicked back straight into Danny. He would have needed to flash immediately to try to get out of there. He did have the flash available, but obviously didn't have the rocket jump. Could have used a buster shot, had to react quicker, but that was really nice from Impact, putting him into the waiting arms of Danny, and Danny just had great positioning, and you can see the payoff. I mean, look at how much damage he got done. As CLG tried to pile into him, he kited back into the corridor, which just makes it so hard to keep that chase forward when you're playing a melee champion and you're running past Xayah Feathers. You know you are going to get roasted, and Danny really playing that one well. EG trying to set up for this next fight here.
Rapaz,
so he's very tanky, very hard to knock down.
O time EG aí deu uma subida agora.
As you mentioned, top laners are battling level lead for impact. Sidesteps the Sonic Wave, and Finn not going to get too much more done. As the
Vai nascer o dragão agora.
EG is spawning now. They own the river. Okay, the Scuttle helps a bit, but does CLG take the fight? If Ignar's in the front, so you don't burn him down fast enough, I think, realistically.
Yeah, Finn is coming group with the team. I guess he doesn't want to actually flank with the ulti, knowing that Lee Sin would just mark him, and then EG could actually turn on him and try to burst him down. So he's going to group up with the team. We'll see if they do want to try to start this one up. CLG desperately want this dragon. Galio does have ulti to join.
Here comes
Pau
the play.
comendo.
Galio there as well. Big damage. Ignar knocked in the air. They do kill him.
Nossa.
And Turtle is alive, untouched, with a double kill. Svenskeren flashes. Rocket jump to chase. Triple for Turtle. Looking for the quadra. It's going to be a double instead. Oh my gosh, he gets the triple. Finn helps it out, but it's Broxa
Deu
who
ruim, velho.
steals the
Deu
dragon,
ruim.
who claims the last kill, and it's a 4-0 team fight.
Agora eles vão pegar o
o
sei lá, roxão, vão pegar o dragão lá, o Supremo. Eu esqueço o nome desse bicho.
With the confidence to engage on Ignar, of all people there. The Aftershock was so delayed because Broxa hits him with the ult, they land the CC on Ignar, he eventually got the Aftershock proc, but it was so late that he was pretty much already dead right off the bat. I didn't catch exactly what happened to Danny, who went down in a hurry, but Turtle was free firing.
Puta
CLG gets so
merda,
much
pegaram na
momentum
Shaw,
now,
velho,
so
barão na
bold,
Shaw.
nearly 5,000 head. Let's watch this one more time. I've got to watch Danny and actually see what happened to him in this fight. Because when he goes down, you really don't have much of a hope anymore.
O pessoal parece que é meio retardado também, né? Porra, uma hora joga bem, outra hora joga mal.
With the rope, he's just stacked up on top of, and you know, Danny just wasn't in a position to really get a lot of damage out. His front line was burst down almost immediately.
Roubaram o
The
dragão,
CC
pegaram
coming
na
through
Shaw.
from CLG was impeccable. Vi goes in, you lock him up with the Galio to follow up, and Danny just
O cara
really
acabou de
couldn't
fechar
return fire there,
uma randuinha.
while Turtle was going nuts. He was free-firing that entire fight, getting maximum value, even able to follow Fence Garen over the wall, killing off the jungler,
não é
secures
fácil
the
não.
Baron for yourselves, and now the Tristana is so ahead. I mean, that's a full IE done. More than 2,000 gold up on Danny, and this Tristana is going to be impossible to deal with. If you cannot get that back line, somehow kick him in or do something, Turtle's just going to shred your front line.
He is, and he's been doing so pretty nicely. Love this build. It's, you know, the highest damage build you can realistically do for Tristana. He's ahead of the curve. The only armor items bought are up-plated steel caps and a cloth armor. I guess there's 2 steel caps now. So
Vai matar os caras tudo aí.
Yep, this is the build. If you're ahead of the curve, love it. You know, dodge Lord Dominic's, buy that one later if at all. Just make sure all of your target selection is going to look good. He's playing it safely though. Right now, he doesn't have the real control to go for any more than pushing in the wave.
Pô, já pegaram a torre do
And I
bot,
really like
pegaram
the
o
build
mid.
from Welter, actually.
Estão avançando muito fácil, velho.
Goes for Zonia's second. It's about playmaking, then picks up the Oblivion Orb. It's not about maximizing your damage.
Ó, vai levar
right?
top
It's
agora,
about
fácil, fácil, ó.
mitigating your opponent's
Levou.
options. And I think his build does that well. He can throw himself into the back line, zone Danny out. Then if Danny is looking for the Blade Caller there, you pop the Zonias, you buy time. He still can't try to fight past you. And the Oblivion Orb to actually deal with that 3-man kind of squad on the front line of the Akali, the Lee Sin, and the Xin, who all have a fair bit of healing there. Riftmaker, double Gore Drinker. Oblivion Orb is going to get a lot of value.
Mid lane now
25
under fire.
minutos, mid lane, ó. Perdeu o mid, porra.
Fall, I believe he's been the core
Top
component
mid
of all
já
5
caiu, ó.
turret kills for CLG at this point in the game. Remains very rich.
CLG. CLG tá ganhando o jogo,
Rely
velho.
on him. He is the primary damage source. Divine Sunderer into Randuin's own.
Pegaram o Barão na Shaw, estão metendo ferro
As you
agora.
mentioned, Zonia second. We're going tanky for Powelter. Finn, you know, down farm, lowest CS of any laner on any team, rivaling that of junglers.
Tem
He
como
is not the
fazer
primary
não,
threat
mano.
either. He can solo Danny. You know, class-wise, yeah, he's going to be good into Uzaya. But it is about Wild Turtle every time in these fights.
Absolutely. And likewise, it's really about Danny on the other side. Despite the fact that he is very far behind, he has got to have a great fight to come back, right? And he's working towards Lord Dominic's. Once he gets that, that is going to help him a lot. There's a fair bit of armor on the other side when you're looking at the Randuins on Broxa, who is kind of that front line of the Zonias as well. Some steel caps coming through. But I mean, if they can hold on, oh, Ignar are going to get picked.
Hey, he's going to be knocked into the air. That's an easy target from Vi. Yeah, it's easy. Good job, Broxa, to set it up. Good job, Wild Turtle, to get the gold claim 6-1-1. And it's time for bottom lane now. Hey, Jizuka, out you go.
I mean, the prayer for EG is you just turtle up, you farm up on the Xayah, you get to IE. And if you can get to IE plus your Lord Doms, then you can really tread through these people. But that is so far away. You know, he is going to get a ridiculous amount of gold in these next minutes to try to even get there realistically. And CLG are not going to give him time, right? They're going to force you to fight at the Infernal Soul point here. That is in 40 seconds. So at best, you maybe farm up an elixir or something like that. You try to maximize your damage for this fight, and you hope you can have that perfect setup, because for now, it is all CLG vision. You know, you look at the mini-map here, and it is just this line across the map. You know, this is all CLG area. There's really nothing out there for EG, and they're going to try to move into this darkness, but you know there are so many engage options for CLG that it's tough to face check.
But you can't give Dragon Soul away. It gets worse from you. You
Absolutely.
don't have better options than trying, so try they will. It's still going to be tough, though. Evil geniuses walk their way in. Impact going to play on the side. Doesn't find one in Drive Rush with the Sonic Wave. They're going to start Dragon. Broxo's waiting, though. Here comes Finn. He's going to find Sven Skaren. Knockup comes in. Ignar gets deleted. The kickback nearly kills Smithy, but not just yet. The front lines, how long do they even last? The knock
Doideira, hein, galera?
Stopwatch buys some time. He waits for the kill, and he finds the kill. Flash out for the front line. And
Nossa.
jumps right in, and he finds that next kill.
Acabou,
Danny's
velho.
days are
Acabou.
numbered, and Danny's gonna die. A TP goes to the bottom lane.
14/7,
Trying to get everything
véi.
all at once. Can Smoothie stop the recall? He will. Jizuka gonna jump away and stay alive. But look, there's only 2 members of EG alive, or really even just 1 with Jizuka. The respawns are coming in soon. But meanwhile, the bottom inhibitor, that's being attacked. The TP out.
Ah, já era.
Stop. TP is burned, and they've got to wait for the respawns now. 10 seconds the minimum.
Oh.
Yeah, the kill comes in. Maybe more than Smoothie had to do. But still, Dragon Soul is
O
on.
cara
The bottom inhibitor
matou,
is dead,
velho.
and Baron's up in 40 seconds.
Man, I am so impressed with the target selection here from CLG. Just actually recognizing
Cara,
that they are ahead
é muito
enough that they
imprevisível
can
esse
just kill
jogo.
Ignar before he
Mas
can
já
engage.
levaram já
And without the
bot.
Ignar engage to set things up, EG doesn't really have any ability to make things happen in this fight. They're counting on this AoE CC, and Ignar is just getting roasted. I mean, it normally would feel kind of troll to actually be
De
violating
novo,
the
cara.
support past the carry, but look at this. Look how fast he dies.
Todo
Wild
mundo foi
Turtle
cara
jumps in on
só,
his head.
velho.
The CC is there to follow up from Smoothie, and they're just instantaneously killing off the Rel to start every single fight. The front line dies, everything goes into disarray, and Turtle as a result is unchecked. He's able to jump forward, find multiple kills in these fights, and CLG are playing with no fear.
Ou seja,
You've
segunda
gotta
vez
love it
que
if
vão
you're
pegar o
watching
Barão
this,
na
as
Show. Acabou o
CLG
jogo,
did
velho.
back-to-back days. They're having really great games here. They have the soul.
Acabou,
they have
velho,
the bear,
acabou.
they're 8K ahead, and they're looking for blood.
Jizuka's
Olha lá, vamos partir pra cima agora.
Vision, okay, doesn't track a Fog of War champ or held off to the side long enough that he wasn't going to be in the target selection, so is able to live. Jump with the ulti to get even farther out, but now it's just wave clear. It's slowly trying to get a bit more gold and hope and pray that you win a tower dive.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be so tough from this position. Bad goes to worse as Turtle now. That key target has a stopwatch even. Death cap's almost done for Pobelter. They are getting so far ahead here, and they are looking to threaten. Pobelter's pushing in mid, but he has the ulti to join. And will be able to do so very easily. Once that mid wave gets to that turret, things get really hard for EG.
Nossa,
ping-pong back
velho.
and forth. The problem is that the waves are not actually synced up right now.
Aí é
If you look at the
complicado.
minimap here, this wave is about here. The
Lembrando
next
pra
wave is
vocês
coming
que
in
esse
here,
zoom é
so
só
they
pra
really
gente que
need
tá
to try to slow
assistindo.
push and actually sync up these
Dentro do
waves so
jogo
they're
tem esse
cracking
zoom
at
não,
the
quem
same
dera.
time. And that is where EG cannot actually answer on both sides. And that is why, look at CLG, they're not even autoing these minions. They're
O
only
cara vai
letting
quebrar
their
pau
minions
ali,
in the
velho. Vai
top
morrer à
side
toa,
push
mano.
themselves, while Pobelter shoves mid as fast
Morreu,
as
já era,
possible.
acabou.
And Impact might just be caught out, kicks back, but that's fine.
Já era,
in
velho.
range. That's
Olha.
Impact living, take it. Take the Q, nearly
Morreu.
kills him. Can keep going, but the Gore Trigger keeps Impact healthy enough that there's no
Isso é
further
time,
punishment.
isso é
Still,
time.
though, the health bars
O
get
time
low.
deu cura pra ele,
Top
ajudou.
not going fast enough. Finn attacking it down, mid being pushed in, but mid's out of minions. So EG will continue to hold the line.
And credit to Impact, though he does give up the flash, he actually stopped them from syncing up those waves, right? And that does make things a lot easier for them to defend, but now Smoothie on the wraparound. They have a wave in bot, they have the wave in mid, so the inhibitor will be theirs. At the very least, the inhibitor tower. The bear buff still has a minute left on it, so I do want to see them try to push forward and knock down an inhibitor here, but Galio will return, he has the death cap.
Okay. This is
Rapaz, tá
probably signaling
14
they
a
really
8.
kinda push the game through. Smoothie actually the one
Estão
helping
puxando no
bot
bot que tá
away.
sem proteção.
Yes, top manicured properly here as well. So bot will threaten the Nexus. Top's going to threaten the inhibitor turret, and mid threatens the inhibitor itself. Synced up nicely. Good job, CLG. Jizuka pulling the minions and staying alive. Mid lane not under enough fire. CLG not willing to push in any further. Any
Não pode
farther
quebrar
as the
pau aí
feathers
não,
are on
velho.
the
Não
ground,
pode.
and they're afraid of Blade Caller. Turtle only puts in a couple of autos. Shrelia's pop. Smoothie
Ó a
wants
merda,
to
ó a
go in,
merda.
finds the charm, finds a knockup. Ignar dives
Pau quebrando.
in.
Pau
Big damage
quebrou
on
um.
Roxa, and Vi is gone. Stun comes across, but Rel is traded back out. Danny barely alive, running away. Gonna stay up, though, as Svenskaren is low. Blade Caller finds not a whole lot. Xin Zhao drops the chase in for Finn. That's gonna be an easy fight
Puta
on to
que
Danny at the very
pariu.
end and
Acabou o
knocks him
jogo.
down. So now it's suddenly just Jizuka against the world, and he can't get a
Acabou.
whole lot done. The ace comes through, and CLG win that fight 5-1. It was a rough couple of weeks, but
Acabou, galera.
back wins on Vi for CLG. They have got to feel good about turning this year around.
They are putting the league on notice. CLG is here to play this weekend. They got the Vi back-to-back
O
games.
pessoal já
with
tinha
Galio
falado,
Durant,
CLG é o
core
preferido até agora, a
of
galera
this
que joga bem.
composition here, all about the hard engage, and I love the confidence that they are showing. To me, it's more about the fact that they're playing with this killer instinct.
Yeah.
They are not hesitating at all to go in. When one of these teams actually shows up and is even a foot too far forward, they're immediately engaging. They're not allowing their opponents time to actually set up their battle lines, to properly manicure the fight. And CLG is just playing with a confidence that we haven't seen from them in a really long time.
Aí tem que limpar a proteção de Covid, ó.
when you lose and lose and lose, then you almost win and still lose. And you're like, we can't do a single thing right.
Proteção de Covid, tá vendo?
Whoever set up the practice plans last week, if that's Galen, formerly Moon, whoever else it is on CLG,
Doideira, galera.
New week for CLG, and okay, yes, they picked up from where they were before.
Muito
We're like, they nearly beat Cloud.
doido, muito doido. Mais doido que isso, só sendo maluco, velho. Tem como não. Tem como não. Por isso que eu digo que agora Gulag vai jogar um pouquinho. Depois vai jogar um Warzone, mas vou jogar um pouquinho. Bora jogar um pouquinho. Lembrando que aqui eu estou upando minha conta. Level 16. Vambora. Continuar no upamento. São situações muito anacrobáticas. Show de bola, galera. Nossa, o Brasil inteiro deve estar assistindo o campeonato. O mundo todo. Por isso que a gente não consegue achar uma vaga. Mas tudo bem. Não? Ai, essa galera é fodarástica. Vamos que vamos aí ao vivo e a cores. Gulag dos Mestres está no Facebook, no Twitch e no YouTube, nos três ao mesmo tempo. Lembrando que na plataforma Twitch, depois que a gente joga, rola animes e desenhos de montão. Vamos nessa. Ok, um player declinou e tal, vamos esperar. E vocês aí, o que vocês estão fazendo nesse sábado maravilhoso? Só tô esperando gelar minha a minha Rain. Pode ser. O que é que tá aqui? Ah, tá doideira, hein? Vamos lá. Vamos que eu tô no jungle. Bora que eu tô no jungle. De Rumble, vou de Chaco. Rumble, eu gosto de Rumble. Banir o Nas. Mas eu acho que eu vou de pop. Acho que eu vou com a pop no jungle. A pop é um bicho muito doido. Eu vou de Thiago. Ou a pop, eu acho que eu vou de pop. Só tem bicho doido, galera. Só tem bicho doido. Será que eles vão escolher a pop, gente? Não pegar a pop.
I'm no hero. Just a yordle with a hammer.
Gente, é muito skin da pop. Simbora que é nozes, galera. Simbora que é nozes. Show mosca, cai fora daqui. Show mosca, cai fora daqui, galera. Ihu! Show mosca, cai fora daqui. Show de bola, galera. Muito doido. Ai, ai, ai. Vamos lá então. Vamos continuar. Vamos continuar subindo. O que eu peguei aqui? É porque eu sou Django, sou Django. Só tem bicho doido. O que eu te falei, ó. Olha como é que é o zoom do jogo. Quem dera se pudesse ter um zoom menor.
Not make my hammer mad.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Ai, ai. Termina o respawn.
Minions have spawned.
Man, this is hard. How did that get here?
Isso que é a ajuda da galera.
Yes, I'm going this way now.
Rapaz, essa bichinha é boa pra upar no jungle, hein?
Freeze! Got it. The hammer does most of the work. I just swing it. Shielding.
Bora, galera. Jogar esse jogo sem comunicação também é tenso. Embaixador de ferro, Iron Ambassador. Chupeta.
Some things are too important to give up on. You are definitely not
An enemy has been slain.
Ai, ai.
like this. Boom. Headshot.
Chupeta.
Hope the hero likes me.
Show de bola, galera. Oh, você por aqui? Ai, ai. Fala a verdade, galera. É um negócio muito doido, né?
Yep, it's even heavier than it looks.
Que isso? Ah, tá. Tomei até um susto agora, galera.
Heel to the face. Down my way. Ready, hammer? If you're waiting for me to give up, you might be here a while.
Bora, nasce. Ai, ai. Eu não tinha visto isso.
Better get your guard up. Shielding. Sometimes you just have to do it yourself.
Killing spree.
Every step is one step closer. Heel to the face. This guy seems nice. I feel bad about killing him.
Porra. Tá vendo? Sem comunicação é foda, velho.
Enemy double kill. Triple kill.
Sem comunicação. Olha que lá eles ferraram. Rafael Cardoso, rapadura de limão com mortadela, primo de Oswaldino Cruz. Parece um colega meu chamado.
Me? The hero? Nah, that's ridiculous.
Quem pegou a porra do dragão, velho?
Really go
só no LOLzinho. Acabei de mostrar o campeonato de LOL, rapaz.
Yield to the face. Who knew there were so many heroes?
Porra.
Do not
Aí
touch my
é
hammer,
foda,
man.
velho.
Nope.
Sem comunicação é foda, né, velho? Porra, aí é foda. Olha os caras aqui morgando. Acho que você deveria jogar um Cold War. Eu vou entrar daqui a pouco. Mas eu confesso que talvez eu não entre no Cold War não. Eu vou entrar no Warzone.
Let's try that again.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Ah, bicho, jogar assim é foda, velho. Lembrei agora por que eu parei de jogar LOL na época. Por causa disso, cara. Jogar sem time é foda, velho. Jogar sem comunicação, sem microfone. Não tem nem o que fazer, velho. Dá vontade de parar, tudo, largar tudo.
Yes, I'm going this way now.
E olha que aqui eu tô jogando não é ranqueada, sacou? Porque eu tô subindo level.
Okay, I admit it. I'm
An enemy has been slain. Slain.
Ah, já era, acabou o jogo.
Has been slain.
Não, Rafael, fala pra mim a verdade. Eu vou lá pegar minha cerveja.
One thing about me, I'm not good at staying down.
Ah, cadê esse Renner?
The hammer does most of the work. I just swing it.
An enemy has been slain.
Mata o cara aí, velho.
I'm in 100%.
Ah, mano. Acabou, velho. Olha o cara aqui em cima, velho.
That's okay. I'm playing the long.
Fala pra mim. Não é doideira isso aí, velho? Muito doideira. Pô, não levamos nenhuma torre, cara.
What do you mean my hammer's too big? Yield to the face. It's not dented. Pigtail. Shielding.
An ally has been slain.
Goddess understood.
Pô, o bicho morreu de novo, velho.
Move it. Some things are too important to give up on.
Nossa, pegou o dragão, velho.
Turret plating will fall soon.
Fala sério, velho. Passa raiva, velho.
Now, back to finding that hero. I hope the hero likes me.
Olha os caras deixando a torre lá, velho. Ah, você tá de zoeira, velho. Estão com um a menos? Mentira, velho.
Shut down.
Porra, tive que matar o cara, velho.
Easier than it looks.
Tive que matar o cara, velho.
An enemy has
Fala
been slain.
sério, velho. Porra, tá de brincadeira comigo, velho.
If you're waiting for me to give up, you might be here a while.
Aí é muita loucura, bro. Ainda não?
Know what I could use? A cart. Sometimes you just gotta do it
An
yourself.
ally has been slain.
Pera aí, amor, tô jogando, meu bem.
Every step is one step further.
Vai pra cima.
An ally has been
You
slain.
like to fight? Ha, so does my hammer. Me? The hero? Nah, that's ridiculous.
Nossa vida, não acredito nisso.
Shield. Really go for a nap. I sure do a lot of walking. Shield to the face. Look out! Who knew there were so many heroes? Do not make my hammer mad. Anyone seen a hero around here? Man, quests are hard.
Ai, que loucura, mano. Cadê a comunicação nesse jogo, velho? pariu, velho. Muito lindo, velho. Oi, bem. Obrigado. Ah! Monstro shapeado, morri porque eu fui pegar minha cerveja, ou seja, larguei o jogo pra pegar a cerveja porque minha esposa veio mulher com trapa, é um negócio muito doido. Nossa, tá geladinha, cara. Que maravilha. Já já vou entrar no Warzone lá. Tô aqui quebrando o pau, cara. Pior coisa que tem é você jogar League of Legends sem comunicação, ou seja, o time não está conversando pelo microfone. E com pessoas estranhas, assim, que você nem nada, entendeu?
Does most of the work. I just swing it.
Fiz a minha propaganda aí, entendeu? Se eu não falar com você é porque eu tô prestando atenção aqui e às vezes eu olho pro lado. Olha o pau comendo, olha o pau comendo. Toma! Toma! Nossa, que quebra-pau da porra!
Enemy double kill. Enemy double kill. Ace.
Pô, a zona é da hora. Já tô entrando já lá, monstro. Daqui a pouco lá. Adicionar nós lá, Johnny Play. Sem problema. Fica ligado que quando acabar aqui, eu não costumo trocar o jogo não. Eu fecho a live e reabro a live com o tema do jogo, entendeu? Tá todo mundo lá, velho. Lá no barão, lá na show, velho. Tá vendo? Ninguém avisa, tenho certeza. Tá o Brasil inteiro lá. Ai, vou morrer. Nossa, olha meu life, guys. Olha que jogabilidade, que doideira que nós fizemos agora, que loucura, mano. Me diz uma coisa, que eu não sei se pode ser meu computador. Às vezes, dá aquelas travadinhas na tela aí, não, né? Dá não, né? É porque às vezes pode ser a configuração aqui do bichinho muito doido. Dá não, né?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
The hero likes me. Yep, it's even heavier than it looks.
Vai nascer o dragão lá agora.
You're waiting for me to give up? You might be here a while.
Falei? Ah, porra. Os caras saem fora, velho.
An enemy has been slain.
Os caras saem fora, mano. Aí fica complicado, velho. Aí fica complicado, mano. Aí não tem como, não.
That's okay.
O cara bota a porra do gelo aqui. É um porra mesmo.
Every step is one step closer. Oh, you like to fight? So does my hero. I'm in debt.
Frenético. Cadê minha randuinha?
Me? The hero? That's ridiculous. Really go for a nap. A lot of blocks.
Boa, garoto.
Who knew there were so many heroes? Fighting!
Has been slain.
Take my hammer.
E agora, hein?
Go to the face. Freeze. You should probably take cover.
Ah,
Then back to finding that hero. How Demacian of you.
Bom, pelo menos tá com comunicação como se fosse mongol, não tem? Ih, pode falar essa palavra não. Porque é uma nação e tal, é proibido falar. Ih, morreu todo mundo. Morreu todo mundo. Vamos pegar o Nachão agora. Morreu todo mundo. Nossa, olha o life do cara, velho. Por que o cara não ficou perto, velho? A porra da moleque é um sniper, cara. Nossa, escrevi até errado agora, tudo errado.
The hammer does most of the work. I just swing it. I'm in 100%. That's everything, right? It's not dented. Go to the face. What do you mean my hammer's too big?
Oh, meu filho. O bicho pegou. O bicho tá pegando. Mano do céu. Sem nem o que dizer, velho. Não sei mesmo.
Double kill.
Pera aí, tô só pegando um negócio aqui. Eu tô aqui, depois você... Peguei um pano aqui pra não ficar molhando.
One thing about me,
É, galera,
I'm not good at staying down.
o bicho vai pegar.
Haste.
Nossa, mandou bem. Mandou bem, mandou bem.
Gotta see this through. Something was too important to give up. Heel to the face. All right, sneakies. I know you're out there. I hope the hero likes me.
Deixa pra mim, né? Me curar, né? Doida.
Yep, it's even heavier than the has destroyed an enemy.
Boa! Boa, galera! Doideira, muito doida! Muito bom, Rafael! Você é um cara, tá me dando sorte, velho! Tá me dando sorte, rapadura com queijo! Puta que pariu! Agora mandaram bem!
Sometimes you just gotta do it
Has
yourself.
destroyed a turret.
Bora, galera! Demora muito, pessoal, velho!
Not dented.
Toma!
Slain.
You like to fight? So does my hammer.
Caraca, velho!
Your team has destroyed.
Chupeta! O lag dos mestres vira o jogo online. O doideira, muito doida. Olha só, velho. Quem que eu vou dar a pontuação, velho? Essa doida aqui jogou bem, esse aqui jogou mal. Cara, não sei, cara. Eu queria ajudar a galera aí, mas vou dar GG pra esse cara aqui. Vamos lá. Primeiro do dia. Ó, acertei, cara. O cara matou 17. Se bem que a Esta mesmo 18. Eu fiz 17 suporte, velho. Entendeu? 17 suporte. Não é brincadeira não, velho. Não é brincadeira não. É uma coisa assim muito doida, muito louca. Então, beleza. Vamos aí que eu vou abrir uma live nova aí dentro do Warzone. Show de bola? Gulag dos Mestres já volta com uma nova live aí.